into the age of Aquarius. At least that is my personal belief behind the energies, the vibes, and all the things that are currently going on with the society that's around us. The age of Aquarius is so important and so impertinent because Aquarius represents the future, right? A big part of what I always was talking about when it came to the information at hand with Aquarius and everything along the lines of that. Aquarius is the revolutionary. Aquarius is I'm going to shift the frame of how you think. I'm going to shift the frame of how you see and view the world around you. And because of this specific brand of shift, it's not something that's necessarily immediate. The ages are a concept that they work over 2,150 years. The issue that we have is that no one necessarily knows when that 2,150 years started, and no one really knows when it ends, right? It's kind of just like we just know that overall the ages change in that time frame, and they technically go backwards, right? So the age of Pisces is the age that we have just been in. So the concept of the age of Pisces is that this was the time of the three major religions coming up to the prominence, right? We have Christianity, we had Judaism, and we also had Muslim, right? And the idea behind both of these three religions is that they were kind of set to have a specific, everything was very specific as to what they were praising, right? And there was the idea of having like a monotheism, like one Lord, one thing, right? Whereas if you go back to any other predated time frame, they always had multiple gods. They always had multiple deities. They always had multiple ways and places to worship, right? And a strong aspect to everything coming in with this energy is that we're getting into a place in a position that we're going to start to see not just the religion that has now kind of passed through, because that was a phase, it was a 2,000-year phase, right? And now that doesn't take away from people that do practice or are devout or specifically, vary about the teachings that are at hand versus just a complete literature and what that means, right? I have love for all people that ends up doing that, but that was a large part of the age of Pisces. Whereas as we move into the age of Aquarius, we see technology. And that's what this is going to be about. The age of Aquarius is about the advent of technology and the true communications of society. What are the real situations going on? What are people actually being drawn to? How are people going to stay connected over this time? And how far is technology going to be able to go? This is the first time frame in modern history where a kid can pull up a website, type in the exact essay prompt that their teacher gave them, and generate an entire essay out of just that, out of basically nothing. We have technology at the point where the point of entry has changed up so much. You're not able to do so many other things. You're not able to tap in and develop in so many other areas that beforehand you might have took you years of school. Beforehand might have took you everything else like that. Most of what we have right now is on YouTube now. I'm on YouTube right now giving you this information. You're not in a library to do it. You're not in a library to do it. You're not everywhere else to do it. You are right there in the comfort of your own home. You're watching this from somewhere else. This is the age of Aquarius. Free information or information itself is everywhere. You open up an app right now. It's constant. It is literal constant, whatever is going on. You scroll down TikTok, it is every single person's story that you're seeing in a day without even realizing like you're not living your own. Age of Aquarius is reminding you to live your own. You're a part of it too, right? And so many things are constantly changing and rapidly evolving from the way that we speak to one another, to the way that we are communicating the thoughts that we have. The fact that even right now, and for anyone who wants to join, I just started a Discord channel as a part of a Vibe On community called the Lucky Stars Club. And the idea of this Discord channel is to just have a one-stop shop for people that are creative, that are spiritual, astrologers, tarot readers, business people, athletes, fitness, health. Anyone who cares a lot about what they do and has a like for spirituality and astrology is openly invited to this community. I'm going to be posting in there at least twice a week for the most part, just to kind of get people going, get the conversations going, and have people connect from all around the world. But guess what? That's a thought that I've had since I was younger. That's an idea that I've had since I was like super young, first getting in the chat rooms. When I was super young, like playing like Pokemon with random people from all across the world. And I was like, yo, wouldn't it be cool if people could just be in one spot? And I think a lot of places have done it, but I'm also trying to make sure I do it right and have people really connect. And that's not even an advertisement. I'm just talking about Aquarius energy. As a matter of fact, I'm about to hit you with a quote that a close Aquarius friend of mine hit me with earlier. Right. So let me pull this up. I want to quote it properly. I don't know if it transferred over the right way, but how y'all doing? Please drop it down over in the chat if anything. I do have the chat open on the side. Normally I don't, but I have the chat open today. So if y'all have anything to talk about, add, or any questions about this overall, please make sure that you do so, because I want to be able to get to everyone. And let me open up my notes real quick. So again, in the notes. Cool. So I was talking to my friend who's an Aquarius, and I speak to him often. So it's not like it's one of those things where it's like, it just came out of nowhere. But in the process, I can't direct quote it right now, but that's fine. But I was talking to my Aquarius friend, and what he told me is that one of the main parts about being an Aquarius and holding Aquarius energy is that people assume that you're unemotional. However, Aquarius energy is some of the most emotional people out there, but they don't like to just express it outwardly. He said for them, emotions are like karma, and you can cover them for a certain amount of times, but you can't run from it. And he was saying, as an Aquarius, you can't run from your emotions or how you actually feel. You can put them to the side for a moment, but the key component of that Aquarius energy is accepting that feeling and then using your mind to learn how to disperse those feelings in ways that are productive and that can help the people around you and overall help humanity. And I was like, oh, shoot. I was asking him what it's like to be an Aquarius. He's like, yeah, that's what it's like. The concept of this, though, the reason why this is so important, I'm about to get into the astrology. I'm going to get used to it. It's out of reach. Anyway, I'm going to get used to the astrology part, right? and get into everything else. So let's talk about the first thing that's at hand. What's the first thing on the agenda overall when it comes to this time frame? What's happening? Why are these Aquarius energies even going on? Why am I mentioning Aquarius? Why is this whole video called Age of Aquarius, right? So here's the thing. Mercury in Aquarius starts today on February 11th. Mercury in Aquarius is trying to get all of our minds onto this humanitarian note, seeing the human experience from a level that we all can understand, that we go through the things that we do. Just because we have differences in our cultures, in our backgrounds, at the end of the day, most of us are just on our phones for a part of the day, trying to see and connect with something else out there. That's Mercury in Aquarius, the ability to be able to watch this right now, the ability to be able to text that person you have a crush on, the ability to be able to keep up with those that you want to stay friends with. This is the power behind this Mercury in Aquarius. Mercury in Aquarius, as it starts to move forward, is going to really shift people's minds until I think it's early March. Until early March. the thoughts that you had of, I have to do this alone, are going to start to dissipate, because you don't have to do this alone, but you have to bring in the right people. Not every person is going to be able to keep up with your creative output. Not every person is going to be able to keep up with the talents that you have. But if people are willing to find that human, that person, that who you are, those are the people that you need to be around. Those are the people that are going to accept you with open arms. And those are the people that you need to help and build community with. It takes a tribe. It takes so many people to put their heads together in order to make anything. Why are corporations and companies so crazy and big now? Because they brought people together for a common cause. And that is what Aquarius is about. How do we bring each other together for a common cause? And Aquarius's common cause is humanity. The Aquarius's common cause is people, right? And so when Mercury keeps going through, mind you, Mercury is going to be making that happen. And the sun, before it leaves Aquarius, I'm about to move that up right now. The sun, before it leaves Aquarius, I'm going to go up day by day, is going to be conjunct exactly Saturn on February 15th. So this is a Valentine's Day. Even this upcoming Valentine's Day, there's a certain amount of pressure to the truth of what's going on. And a lot of that too is that, like, let's say you have a partner. Is your partner your partner because of a lust, or is your partner because that's your best friend? Aquarius rules friendship. Aquarius rules everything else like that. There's like friendship, connectivity, community. That's Aquarius rulership. Saturn is about, what are you serious and what are you crystallizing? Is your friend group solid? Or are you going to set yourself up on a wave where you can get a solid friend group? Are the people that are around you really supporting you for your endeavors? Or are they supporting you because it's like, this person's here, right? The idea in bridging and making that community happen gets to be such a higher octave when it comes to this upcoming Age of Aquarius. Good evening. Much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all being here, by the way. Oh, we got a few of y'all watching. What's up? Oh, hit the like button. Oh, hit the like button. Let's go. But yeah, so that's definitely something to keep in mind as well. So Sun and Saturn, that keeps going. Canon-wise, right? The Sun and Saturn in Aquarius, the Sun, I believe it was a Vedic astrologer I first watched who said it, but like the Sun is enemy to Saturn, right? The Sun wants to shine. It wants everyone to just live in their light and just express that power. Whereas Saturn is like, whoa, slow your roll there, buddy. You're all the way up here. You need to bring it down to here. You're all the way on 10. You need to bring it back a second. Have you ever seen a Leo and a Capricorn beef? Have you ever seen a Leo and a Capricorn go back and forth with each other? It's just Capricorn being like, I think you're wrong. And Leo being like, I think you're wrong. And it's just a back and forth, right? And the reason why this ends up happening oftentimes is because Leo is thinking in terms of their heart. They're thinking of what's coming out there. Capricorn is thinking in terms of like, I might feel this way, but I need to get this thing done right here. And that's like the clash that ends up happening between those two energies. But with the Sun going on there in Aquarius, this is making for you to really be able to see who are the people that you can genuinely tolerate. Who can you tolerate to be around? Sun and Saturn in Aquarius is trying to ask us all, who can you actually tolerate being around? Who can you call your friend when the chips fall? What person is going to be there to lift you up when you're down? And what person are you willing to lift up when they're down? It's that simple. But that's what the Age of Aquarius is trying to bring in, right? There's a lot on technological advance, but it always boils down to people with Aquarius and how they go about the things that they do. Definitely something to keep in mind when it comes to all of this, right? So yeah, let's see what else that we got. So I'm actually going to pull up a whole different thing in a second, just because I want to be able to actually properly tell you where this is all going to be going, right? I'm using another monitor right now. Like I said, much love to y'all for being here. Feel free to drop anything down in the chat. If you're watching the replay to this after, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm literally like 10 subscribers just about away from hitting 1,000 subscribers. And I'm gonna keep doing live streams here, so the watch time will go up, and then I will be a YouTube partner, and that'll be really cool to be a YouTube partner. That is something that I want to do by this summer. So if I can somehow, with the help of the people around, create a community, get the subscribers here, give y'all real information, because there's so much BS about astrology that's around, that I want to be able to like really bring people back to like the core part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's really exciting. It's really exciting, to be honest. Okay, so I'm looking up the Pluto transits right now, because the biggest part to all of this that I'm talking about is actually going to be Pluto in Aquarius, and it's going to change everyone's lives in a very, very, very specific kind of way. I cannot find the exact dates on the Pluto situation, but that is okay. We do it live. We keep it going. What's the Discord again? Let me type my website down for y'all right now, because right here. So I'm gonna type in my website right here for everyone that's in the chat. So all you got to do is chatmaverick.com, and it's called the Lucky Stars Club. But literally right underneath this same video is that Discord. I have a question for everyone, and it's like, what's your big three? And that's just the introductory one. That's just for everyone to pop in, see who was a part of it. And I'm going to be posting different prompts over time to just get everyone's minds thinking. I want to be able to eventually have like really select exclusive groups, because y'all might not know, but very soon this astrology is going to pop, and I'm going to be doing very many beautiful things. And I want to make sure that I support the people who have supported and lifted me up at a time where I didn't know what was going on. I think that's really important. And I think to keep on and keep people going and keep people connected is something that's so critical. And the fact that y'all are here even watching this just on a Saturday afternoon or night or wherever you are is a testament to me that astrology is needed. People need to see what's going on with their energies and the energy that's around, because this life is crazy. Life is crazy. But being able to at least understand what the themes are, the emotions are, being able to learn your own stars, that creates a whole different level of comfort. You know, I was talking to my friend yesterday. She was telling me something where she's just like, I remember everyone's big three, right? If there's anything that I do, is just like, hi, here's your first name. Here's your first names to nickname to what you would like to be called. Here's your big three. This is the stuff that you do. That's just the way to be honest, it's your big three, their name, and then everything else, if I'm going to be very honest. But that's how, like, you know, when you start to understand energy a certain way, you're like, this is the part in the path that this person is walking. It's within that energy. The reason why I'm so hyped to talk about the Age of Aquarius and everything else like that is because Aquarius rules astrology. Aquarius rules astrology. Aquarius rules astrology, and the Age of Aquarius has begun. So you learning astrology while we enter into this technological age, while you learn to see the planets moving along everything else and know your center and know your core, you're going to be empowered by all the changes that are going to be coming up from March and beyond, versus people that don't know the severity of how quickly things are going to be able to change once Pluto hits Aquarius. It's time to step into your truth. If you are so into something, it doesn't matter what it is, get on it. Get on it. There's some things that are not replaceable, but there's a lot of things that kind of get there. People that went to school for tech, some people went to school for tech. Some people do tech right now. There's major tech layoffs at a time where tech industry is booming. The tech industry is booming, and there's tech layoffs everywhere. Why? Because they have automated things that can do it for them. Automated things that can do it for them. For people that are entrepreneurs, this is honestly great, right? ChatGPT is open source. Anybody can use it, right? Now, this also creates a different barrier, right? Because when it comes to Aquarius and Aquarius energy, quality control is kind of not there anymore. Quality control doesn't exist. Hold on. I'm gonna clip this for TikTok real quick. One sec. Quality control does not exist anymore the way that it used to. The entry of talent that you used to have for anything has now dwindled to the fact that if you have a cell phone, you can make a living. And the difference that makes is making so many opportunities in people's lives, but it also shows that you need to be on top of the shifts that are happening in today's age. Please pay attention to technology. Learn something technological coming up because that's what's going to be really important. I could sit here and talk astrology all day, but I need to know how to do everything else on this end too. I need to know how to put myself here so I can point that out over there. I need to know which direction that's going to be. You need to learn how to use it because it's getting so close to a place where you don't necessarily need that. And we're going to start seeing that for real when the sun hits Saturn. When Pluto starts to go into Aquarius, as Mercury goes through Aquarius, we're just going to see the inklings. Pay attention to all the news lines. You know, all of the tech companies are beefing over artificial intelligence right now. They are beefing. Google lost, I think, $100 billion the other day because their language model wasn't up to snuff. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to know what I'm talking about because that's what's going to be the things that are taking people's jobs. Learn how to use it. Get talented at the things that you want to do and learn how to implement the parts that may not be there for you. I'm very strongly into that. Because you're not faster than it. You can be more versed, you can be more nuanced, but you're not faster. And if someone's just looking for something fast, something quick, they can find it. It's a click of a button. It's a few keystrokes, and it's there. So how are you going to be the difference? How are you going to make the difference and be the separation between that? By being yourself, by learning yourself, by knowing your stars, by believing that the universe is bridging you towards that destiny that you want to achieve. By bridging you towards those energies that you're ought to be around. That's the magic of this upcoming age of Aquarius. And this Aquarius season is sparking it off. Mercury in Aquarius is showing you the things that will be happening as we start to advance. Saturn on the sun in Aquarius is going to show you these are the things that you want to take serious. These are the talents and the areas that you need to master for yourself. And then when Pluto starts to go into Aquarius in 2023, you need to open your eyes to the truth of the life around you. All right, I'm stop. Regardless, someone asked, what astrology program am I using? It is AstroGold. This is a professional astrology program. If you are a professional or you do readings for people and you like it, I would highly recommend it for you. It is a little pricey the last time I checked on it. I am going to eventually get an affiliate link for them because I use them a lot. So I'm going to be like, hey, y'all, how many Black astrologers do you have as an affiliate link program? I'm going to holler at the boy. But I do use this program all the time. There is one on iPhone for sure, and I believe that they just released one on Android as well, which is honestly pretty good. You have to pay for some of their mini interpretations, but it's like $3 or $4 for it. But I definitely would check out AstroGold if you haven't. The best site that I will tell you though, there's two best sites. Two best sites that I will tell you about. If you know what you're doing, I'm about to type it in right now. If you know what you're pretty much doing already, I would go to AstroSeek. I don't like their interface as much, but their information is really sound, and I love the way that they break down it by monthly. Just make sure that you always put in what time zone that you're in, because the difference of the things are going to depend on what time zone you're in. And then the other one that is going to be important, which is honestly the one that I learned and came up on, is going to be Astro Theme. And the reason why I want to suggest Astro Theme to so many people is because Astro Theme allows you to see celebrities, right? So yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Astro Theme and how that happened. Because you wanna know, like, part of how I learned astrology as well, that let me get back. What made astrology easiest for me to learn was watching celebrities exist in their movies and then looking up their charts afterward. The funny thing is, actors, musicians will have energies in their chart that will represent the characters that they usually play in movies and cinemas, or will represent the energies that you hear in the songs. So being able to look up a celebrity and find those things. What celebrities do you resonate with, right? Let's say you love Ariana Grande. You love Ariana Grande. Fun fact, Ariana Grande once lit a candle that I wrote for a full moon. It was before she got married to the person that she's with now. So I really wish that I was able to speak with her about it more, but she definitely lit it. I have the picture somewhere that I will find, because that was an important moment for me to be like, oh, maybe I am good at the things I do. But the idea, right, is that getting deeper into this, let's say you love Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande is a Cancer. You're like, man, it just soothes my soul when I hear her. You look at your moon and now your moon sign's in Cancer. Oh shoot, maybe that's why I relate to her, because her moon sign's in the same area, right? It's something that's just like so interesting and beautiful about that, right? And learning your astrology, knowing where things are at, you're unstoppable in your own right, because you at least know where your energy is going to be at that day. And if someone's trying to take you out of your energy, you're like, you know what, this doesn't resonate with me. And if someone's trying to tell you something that you are or you're not, what you're not, you're like, no, this is okay. But I do recommend that you do go to Astro Theme if you are a beginner, to learn the celebrities' charts to see what energies that you resonate with. Because everyone needs to know their big 3 to big 6 in the age of Aquarius. It's going to be very integral to people's personalities, identities, and how they promote and push their own personal power into the world. So find that pic and make a TikTok. I will. I want to see, one second. Let me check. I might be able to find it. I just had an idea. 1 second. Am I right? Now I need to know. I'm so sorry, y'all. This is going to bug me out. What you mean I can't search it up? Man, why they being like this? Because I DM'd her about it after. Another fun fact, I once talked to Ariana Grande on Tumblr way back in the day, but that's not important. It was cool, though. She wasn't famous yet, but she was really nice. Not the point. Regardless, I'm going to find it and make a little something on it. But let's get back into the astrology. I love doing live streams with y'all because I do get to ramble. And if you ever just want to straight up direct things that I'm saying that are super profound, 100% I will post those as like short form content as well, because I know some people don't have time to sit here and watch 30 minutes of their favorite astrologer ramble. But y'all got 30 seconds. Y'all got an hour, right? So someone asked me, right, is the big 6 Mars, Venus, and Jupiter? The big 6 is Mercury, Mars, and Venus, right? So the reason why that is, let me put myself up to this, right? Okay. I'm everywhere. But the big 6 is going to essentially be Sun, Moon, rising, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, because that's the 2 luminaries, and then your rising sign, which is like the embodiment of who you are. The best way to explain rising sign energy is that when people are like, yo, they're mentioning you, and you refer back to who you are in your own head, and when it's like, oh, I'm Chad, right? When I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Chad, I'm talking about my rising, because what I'm realizing and what I'm talking about is like my energy source, my energy signature. So I'm like, oh yeah, like Chad, I'm Aries rising. So if I'm like, oh, I'm Chad, it's an Aries rising energy, right? Whereas if you're like, oh, I'm Clarice, or oh, I'm Trisha, like you know who you are. But when you're referring to yourself, most people are referring to their rising sign, energy signature, just to let y'all know. But Mercury, right? Let's see. Mercury is in the big 3 because Mercury is your mind. Venus is your heart and how you love, the things you like to receive. And Mars is what you want to push out, give to the world. So what makes that interesting is that And this is all part of the Age of Aquarius, by the way. This is an overarching video. And as I'm talking about all these topics, this is Mercury and Aquarius in real time. This is what Mercury and Aquarius looks like. And it's coming from me right now, but you're going to start seeing people that aren't even like into anything or like know anything about stuff start talking about this, because it's going to be like more mainstream, or things with tech are going to pop up. Trust, watch. Regardless. But yeah, so basically the big sixes are those. And because Mercury, Venus, and Mars are personal planets, right? And between Mars and Jupiter, people don't talk about this much. Between Mars and Jupiter is the asteroid belt. So all or most of the asteroids that we talk about in astrology are in between that Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. We have no idea how to even describe how large the planet Jupiter would actually be. Like, we have the measurements, but if you stopped and tried to imagine it, I guarantee you're going to be off, because it's probably much bigger than that, to be honest with you. And then it's going out to Saturn, and then it goes to the other outer planets, right? But the inner planets before the asteroid belt, the reason why those are so important is because those are closest to Earth. Those are the closest influences to Earth. So when it's like, oh, what's your big six? It's your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. And from that, you know someone's personality type. When you get out to Jupiter, when you get out to Saturn, you're starting to see people's triumphs. You're seeing their trials and tribulations. When you get out to Uranus, when you get out to Neptune, when you get out to Pluto, you're seeing the influences of people that get brought into them that they aren't even necessarily conscious of. These things just happen by themselves, right? So that's the funny part about all of this. That's the funny part about these situations at hand and how they end up working and everything else like that. Also, be sure to follow me on all the medias and stuff like that, because I'm going to be doing lives on TikTok as well. They're going to be much more chaotic than this, I promise. But this is where the real work is at. This is where the real work is at. This is how that's going and everything else like that. I am getting a question from someone that I must answer ASAP, because that is important. One sec. It's a closed question. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop it. I have to answer this real quick. Brief intermission. Okay. Sorry, y'all. But it was a dire question, or else I'd hear about it later. Basically, much love. But the idea, though, is that getting into the rest of this upcoming time frame, Pluto in Aquarius this is what I want to really talk about. Pluto in Aquarius is about to be wrecking so many people's perceptions. And let's actually go through it. I'm about to go through it right now with y'all. So let me bring myself down here. And if y'all have any other questions, feel free to drop them down in the chat. I love answering these in real time. Every time I try to post something and I'm like, yo, I want to answer y'all questions, and it's like through Instagram, it just doesn't happen. But if y'all are live, I'm like, right now, let's go, let's answer it, right? But yeah, so yeah. Wait, I'm now confused. Okay, I was less confused. I figured it out. All right, so we're going over here. Let's go to Pluto and Aquarius, right? So I'm inside of my chart. Blah, blah, blah. Pluto. Where is this at? You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Why are you like this? Okay, boom, boom. So Pluto goes into Aquarius in 2024, but it goes in Aquarius before that too. Oh, that's what's going on. I see. So Pluto stays in the sign for a really long time. Like a really long time. Dun-dun-dun. Yep. And we have shoulders right here. Perfect. Sorry about that, y'all. But Pluto in Aquarius starts March 23rd. It starts March 23rd. Now, the reason why this is going to be so interesting is because it starts on March 23rd. Then it goes retrograde. Then it goes back into the same position. It goes retrograde back into Pluto and Capricorn. So between March and June, right? Let me break this down one more time. Pluto and Aquarius's major transits start on March 23rd, 2023, and it goes back into Capricorn for a brief time. So it's going to be bridging us back into why the old ways literally don't work. But there's going to be a lot of effort that they're going to try to bring back, a lot of old traditions that no longer serve us anymore. One of my favorite quotes is that tradition is pure pressure from dead people who have passed on and expect us to carry on the same things, even if they don't resonate. And so that's something that's kind of like that energy that's going on there, is that like society will be past a certain point and they'll just be like, no, you used to love this. You used to love this, man. And you're like, no, not anymore. I'm a different person. I'm sorry, you got the wrong person. Oops, we out. But getting on and moving further, right? It goes back into Aquarius in June. So once the summer starts up, and that's going to be, or the spring, end of spring before summer begins, right? We have it going back in to Aquarius. And then it goes back once more into Capricorn. So then it goes back into Capricorn for a while. But that beginning stage is going to be so important to start to see where all this energy is going. And then Pluto officially goes right back into Pluto and Aquarius from 2024 and moving forward. So this year is the rev up year for Pluto and Aquarius's prominence, dominance, and everything else is going to be bringing in. You get what I'm saying? Let's see. If we aren't comfortable sharing our charts publicly in the community, you don't have to share everything. I would just say your big three, because I think like if you just put your big three, that's completely fine. Oh my gosh. 1 second. I just realized Pluto. Wow, this is real time. I did not see this yet. I did not see this as a part of Pluto and Aquarius's phase. Pluto and Aquarius starting 2024. Starting Aquarius season of 2024, I think is actually the age of Aquarius really starting when Pluto hits there. And I'm pretty sure, let me double check. Because if I'm right, we going. Okay, it's not immediate. But by the time Pluto and the sun meet up right over here, this is real major transformation leading to an opening mindset of the entire world around us. And all the tech's going to integrate in a way where it's like, okay, like the tech integration is 2024 and forward, which is why I think my body and my energy and my guides have been like, yo, tell the people about this. Like, let them know that they can do the things that they like and have like other work help them. They can do the things that they're really passionate about and have that. They can have like a personal assistant. They can have an assistant that's working for them. There's so many new things. There is literally an AI right now that will write you your whole entire schedule for the week and you don't have to do anything else but go ahead and do it. You know how many people suck at planning? You know how many people are terrible at knowing what time things are? This is a game changer. And for people to not implement these things into their life, they're going to start to be behind. And when you start looking around at other people and they're like, oh, why is this person successful? It's like, well, maybe this person can post 10 times a day if they had somebody else or something else write all their captions or write them ideas. This is the time frame that we're in. And it's only going to get more realer from there. So please watch the tech news. Please pay attention to those things. And give a hug to your Aquarius friends. Ask them what's going on in their life. Ask them how they're feeling and what they're doing, because they're about to be taking a highlight. We've seen in this last Pluto and Capricorn, we've seen people, and for reference on Pluto and Capricorn, I'll put it like this, right? When Pluto first went into Capricorn, Obama was elected, right? And Pluto and Capricorn is the destruction of what you normally see. So for the first time, we had a president that had African-American blood become the president of the free world. I did really hard to not put quotes there. And at the end of this Pluto in Capricorn, most people, due to the last functionings of governmental situations, due to a lot of BS that has happened over the past few years, most people don't have that same trust that they used to. It's all kind of turned into something else. And then what Pluto and Aquarius is trying to do is like bring a lot of that overall notion like back towards the people. Like, what are the people actually trying to achieve? And until they get to the idea that it's like, oh shoot, people understand this, let's get to what the people need, it's not going to be like that. So this is something to keep in mind. Yeah, I can plan, but remembering to look at the plan. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? My natal Mercury is Pisces retrograde. I like to think that's why. Yes. But yeah, so all that to say, we're very much heading into the age of Aquarius. There's a lot of like innovation that's going to be coming up. There's a lot of, the community that needs to be had, which is why it's like, yo, like I really do, like astrology rules Aquarius, right? Or maybe, but Aquarius rules astrology, right? And Aquarius is also about community. And as we enter in that age, it's like the age of Pisces, it was supposed to isolate you, right? One of the things of the age of Pisces is that it was meant to isolate you from your spiritual truth by putting the fullness of your belief into something that you couldn't see, but everyone else could feel. Now with the age of Aquarius and what we're going in with the age of Aquarius, you're going to start to feel your guides, higher forces work directly with you in tandem to the things that you do, as long as you have that faith. And even if that faith was rooted in the same systems that the age of Pisces gave to the collective, it's your job, your role to make and create new opportunities based off innovating off of those ideals, off of those parables. And that's what it's about. It's about transforming the way that people see things. And that's dope. So yeah, the age of Aquarius is on from now in the next 2,000 years. So we're in it. We're really starting to be in it. It's really dope. It's cool to see. As I hear a bang, I'm about to say life like a sci-fi movie, and I just hear like a bang somewhere. So that's kind of where we're at. Regardless, right? I will say, I'm about to end this off in a second. Please, after this video finishes, if you could do me the hugest favor, just refresh it and like it right now. Oh, y'all did. Much love. But like it, drop a comment down below. I haven't put anything out, but like even if you commented or just enjoyed this, please do. That helps for the YouTube algorithm tremendously. I have 100% SEO score. So if y'all get that going, people will find this. And Chad the Maverick is my name across all social media platforms. And chadthemaverick.com is where to find me for all my resources, all of my readings, which I have just changed up to fit everyone's life better, including my own. Because now you get to schedule a time for me. I show up at that time. You have the option to come to the live stream, or you can just have me record it and send it directly to you. But it will get to you by the end of the day on the day that you record it, or that day that you choose, and I will record it that day and send it off to you. So you can choose to be there, you have some room for some questions, or you cannot be there at all and just get the recording later that day. Regardless, the option is up to you, and then you also get what you want at a very timely manner. And if there's anything that comes up in between, I will immediately let y'all know and schedule a different time for that Zoom meeting. But for the most part, I'm going to be honoring those because I've set up days aside to do this. I am doing this now full time. I'm full time in astrology, and it's scary as everything. I'm not going front. Especially from something that's like, oh, we don't know this, but like this is that. I have tier 1 available. It's $50 for people that don't know what's going on with their astrology and need to know. That is the lowest price I'm gonna go for, but that's for the people. That's for the people that really don't know and just want a little bit of something, right? People that really wanna know, I have my full reading. And for people that really, really need to know, I have a hour reading where we get to sit, talk, questions. And if people need the real help, I have my personal astrologer option, which will actually change your life. I have someone doing that right now, and they're in the process of like creating a business and being able to help them step by step once a week is so beautiful. So I have some people that are interested in personal astrology as well. But yeah, hey, came in from TikTok. Gotta rewatch. Hey, I was live on TikTok before. This is going to be the real ones. I'm going to make this much fancier, and I'm going to keep going live on TikTok so then I can TikTok while I also do this, and we can blend the two worlds together and make this really going. So much love to you all. I appreciate you for showing up. I'm going to shut up now. I'm really bad at ending live streams or any video that I ever do because I just want to keep talking to y'all and keep showing y'all love because that's what it's all about. But please make sure that you pull up, holler at me on IG, share some stuff or post some stuff. It always helps out. And I always do it back. So if you follow me and you have been helping out and I haven't followed you back, let me know so I can follow you back. Like I really am trying to connect. If you're like, yo, I'm posting stuff, follow my stuff. I will follow you. I will watch your stuff. I will like your stuff. I will comment on it if it's really dope. This is what it's about. No hater energy. We're just showing love. And that love is going to be leading us into this world of tech and everything else along the lines of that. And that's why we're going to be as powerful as we are as we integrate the spirituality to the technology that's at hand, because that's mano a mano, right? But yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to stop talking. Y'all have a good night. Peace. Much love.